Good afternoon, Chuck Morse driving my Uber. President Obama only has 5 days left in office as I do this broadcast, and I think that one measure I'd like to see happen right after he leaves office would be finally for the birth certificate issue to be put to bed. We finally must come out and find out whether or not President Obama was born in the United States. He'll be out of office. There'll be no threat to his presidency. Or his legitimacy, since his presidency will at that point be history. He'll have gone back to the private sector, hopefully for a very successful and prosperous and happy and healthy retirement. I think everyone wishes him that, and I'm sure he'll have that. So it's time to examine this issue, and the reason for that is because it's been used as a weapon by his left-wing supporters for the past 8 years to label anyone who disagrees with Obama on any policy issue or for any reason, oftentimes, as having something against him for being black. In other words, people who are against Obama don't like black men and women, and therefore they don't like President Barack Obama because he's a black man, and the proof of that is because they question his birth certificate. All right, which of course is a damn lie, but because that charge still hangs out there, because this issue may still crop up, I think the weapon has to be taken away from the left by finally having a rendering of whether or not Barack Obama was born in the United States. Now, what do we know about this? What we know is that in his first autobiography, the press release, the information, the publicity information that went out that accompanied the release of that book, which I think was published in the early 1990s, was that he was born in Kenya. That was later changed, and the publisher explained this by saying that he meant this to be a literary device, whatever that means. We also know that Hillary Clinton brought up the issue during the campaign of 2008, saying that Barack Obama was not born in the United States. And I think that it's one of those issues that continues to linger out there. He's never actually produced a hard copy of his birth certificate. The copy that was finally registered with the media, 4 years into his presidency because of the clamor around this, was a faxed version that had some major problems associated with it. Now, the main group that has been behind this, pushing this, is WorldNet Daily. WorldNet Daily, headed up by Joseph Farah. They have nothing against black men and women. In fact, one of the major contributors on their board of directors and author is a man named Alan Keyes. Alan Keyes is a former ambassador to the United Nations under Reagan. Alan Keyes actually ran against Obama for the U.S. Senate when the seat opened up for a special election in Illinois and lost to Obama. And had Alan Keyes indeed been elected over Obama, and had he then gone on to become president of the United States, I would suggest that he would have been a hero to all of those that are often labeled as having something against black men and women. White people, the Tea Partiers, all of that, conservatives. And by the way, Alan Keyes happens to be black. So it has nothing to do with race. I think that's a given. Therefore, I think that now that he's out of office, it is timely and appropriate to do a full rendering of the birth certificate and finally put this issue to bed. Thank you for watching.